Apologies for that. I forgot I was playing in 4K for Dawn Trail. Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? Last time, we traveled to the edge of the universe after hanging out with everybody one last time. At which we were immediately met by Meteion, who, in her confronting us, made us all start choking. Mancroot, able to resist, sacrificed himself so that we can all breathe. As we travelled up Ultima Thule, we lost our allies one by one as they all gave themselves to give us a way forward. All fully in the confidence that we would be able to deal with what lies at the end and even bring them back, because they know that we would find a way. And upon which we off center. Get the screen. It should be dead on. Because there's nothing I can really move here. Yeah, that's just all that's in the window. Upon reaching the top, we used the crystal as him to summon the narrators, Hades and Hythlodaeus themselves, to deliver the Elpis flowers to Meteion. Which was enough to convert one of them back. Hades then proceeded to remind us that actually everyone can come back now, so because they took care of the way up, and so we did. And then we confronted dead worlds that she came across. Than her herself, during which she banished pretty much every other scion. And who did try, they all did try. But before we could confront her by ourselves, who should arrive but Xenos? Once again merged with the dragon Shinryu. He was like, "Sup? How have you not won already? You're so above this, come on." And so we fought with Xenos against her summoning allies, which we did. And once she dissipated, we fought Xenos at the edge of the universe one last time. For when we were done, he died. I hate Cannon the Xenos rode in on your eye tray. I mean, he might have. That was surreal. Well, we had one last wish. That we would live. And we were suddenly on the ship again with everybody else. Who also came in clutch and used the same spell they used to help Louis Soir against Bahamut. And through them and their faith in us, we used Dynamis. Upon our return, the Scions disbanded, all going in their own directions. Publicly. They will work together when the need arises, of course. They just don't want to be in the public eye anymore. Which takes us to tonight. I am very, very sorry about the delay in streams. The week after I lost a pet. Well, no, the week after I needed a break, and the week after that a pet died, and the week after that was the build of the Dawn Trail, which I really had some last minute stuff to do beforehand, before the servers were down for 2 days. And then it was Dawn Trail all of last week, so I'm very sorry. That's how time worked out. Today, however, somehow further than Hildebrand Adventures. Hildebrand has returned, in body, if not in mind. The ailing agent of Aquarius, who suffers from apnea, similarly bound in an unbreakable slumber. Anasha Makaba needs your help to awaken him from his eternal hibernation. The final days may have come and gone. The Near East yet swells with the promise of new cases to solve. Realize all the bearers be doing investigations, don't you think? Wait, I know you. We met Kugani. You're that stone cold killer I asked to look for after the love of my life. What's that look for? Surely you haven't forgotten me. You and me, we had a moment. A connection. Not like that one I've got with her, of course. But I know I left an impression. Creepy little bastard smells like cheese and falls Nashu Kugani. Hey! That's nothing creepy about my love. It's just purest, pristine water of forest stream. Fair point about the cheese stick, though. But enough about me. This is about Miss Nashu. Ever than she got sucked into that weird portal back east, I've been scouring the world for any sign of her. I was this close to giving up, but then, huzzah! I found her here, house at hand. I'll be happy to get back to playing as Silent Invisible Guardian, but she seems pretty distressed by the plight of her inspector friend. He's here too, but laid up and showing no signs of waking anytime soon. My Nashu has been fashioning all sorts of medicines in hopes of rousing him, but to no avail. I mean, I could care less if he kicked the bucket. I hate seeing her like this. She's liable to work herself to death. So, what say you? Will you deliver my dear's Nashu from their plight? You'll find her and over in the High Crucible, where they're slaving over in Ellenbeck. And with that, I'll get back to cheering her on for the shadows. You too, I guess. Now go, quickly. Save my beloved. All I know about Louise Elf is when she drops that elf is going to be fired. Yeah, the Dawn Trail Gunbreaker outfit coat is awesome. This is so cool. Right then, class. This is your first lesson in alchemy. Get a better coat. And with that, should do it. Now to take this medicine and... Core! Lena, it feels like it's been forever. What brings you the resin hand? I need to turn the speed down because I need to read out loud again. And you've heard it's true. Inspector Hildebrand got into hibernation again. And... Ah, wait. You got that look on the screens about that whole portal business. Alright, since you're silent, I asked. So back on the Ruby Sea, remember how Greg got doused with dew prism and was forced to whisk us all far away? Now that strange rift then opened up, which the Inspector got sucked up into, and how I followed him in after that. Well, after that, we all ended up in a bizarre place. Couldn't tell up from down, left from right, and so we wandered, lost and confused. Fortunately, Greg came to his senses and explained that we were in the interspectral rift, and he used the same trick to bring us home. Greg himself stayed behind though. Something about a score they had to settle. Not sure what that was about. But hey, you know Greg. Anyway, we're back now. Back to the rub that Inspector Hildebrand hasn't opened his eyes once. I know he needs his beauty sleep, but it's been an awfully long time. I know we've got cases to solve. I've been trying my hand at apothecary stuff, seeing if I can make something that'll get him up and moving, but nothing seems to work. I think we're making progress. Me and Mr. Chupacabra from the Shushan's Concern, that is. You remember Mr. Chupacabra, right? Got something to the rift along with us. Former evil mastermind. Not so bad once you get to know him. Pleased to meet you once more, and under less compromising circumstances. If I may correct my mutual friend, I am Jubreka, chairman of the Sahaka-san. Your distrustful and somewhat bloodthirsty glare is not unwanted, but in my defence, who among us has not contemplated saving the rich and powerful to bend up their world to their whim? Ahem. I pray you forgive my poor joke, and allow me to assure you that after wandering into the racial rift for the sisters only known how long, I'm a changed man. Naturally, I understand that words alone would not suffice to absolve me of my sins. Thus, since my return, I operate a humble apothecary that caters to the needs of many. Furthermore, I have made arrangements with Miss Nash's workshop. I was assured that I will spare no effort in helping her see Inspector Hildebrand awakened and return to full health. And with that, if you would excuse me, I must see to other business. That's the nicest ex-fella you've ever met. Ah, but that's right. I have just finished my latest medicine. I've got high hopes for this new recipe. I suppose I also look at this man himself. By all means. The inspector's resting in a room in Karma. Wake or sleep, I'm sure you enjoy your company. Let's go! This quest line takes place after Endwalker. They actually make reference to the final days at one point during it. Most of Hildebrand takes place beforehand. This one after. I think it's safe to put it as every Hildebrand quest is set after the expansion it's in. But before the next one. Right place. Isn't it really nice? Mr. Chupacabra for taking care of everything. Even painted the rented pool. Ah, but I'm distracting you, aren't I? You need to concentrate while you examine the inspector, yes? So here's the Inspector Hildebrand. You may move the camera as well, zoom in and out. Turn on the section and examine it in more detail. So the universe survives because the castle takes Henry was not there to punish the apocalypse. Well beyond. Oh, about that. One good feature is below what is good. At close glance, the sizzle and meal of the cultured gentleman. As he still breathes, he appears to be locked in a deep slumber. Rippling muscles bespeak the impressive strength, while smooth skin suggests that only on rarest occasions does this man resort to violence. Troubling, his limbs are stiff and cool to the touch, as if the blood runs cold in his veins. The exquisite buckles of the stylish footwear are unique to the house Manderville. These shoes would almost certainly fetch a small fortune in the markets. The inspector's condition is disturbingly reminiscent of the Scions who were summoned to the First for a while. Oh, finished already? I had theories as to what's wrong with the inspector. Well, he's a soulless husk, which is less than ideal. I see. I don't. But that's what you're supposed to say at times like this, I know that much. How do we wake him up? Return his soul to his body? But where did it go? What's it doing there? I think it's gone to a world and another world, wholly unlike ours, but still slightly like ours. I see. Right. So can you go there? Great! In that case, I'll leave the soul searching to you. I'm sure it goes without saying, but once you've arrived in an otherworldly place, look for a place that smells of mystery and intrigue, and chat with people there. That's standard agent of inquiry protocol. Oh, and this is Inspector Hildebrand we're talking about. Don't be surprised if you ever found him asleep, or forgotten a thing or two. But not to worry, I've prepared my traditional medicine just in case. Don't hesitate to use it. And with that, do take care out there. I actually want to see how good the leather actually looks on stream. Oh, yeah, that is actually translating nicely up there. Nice! Home. Away from home. You've only just noticed how much skill I have? Oh, Bubs, thanks! I do have a fair amount of gil. It is true. Welcome back, friend. I'd offer you a pipe, but my barman says it's telling me that's not what you're here. So this friend of yours has gone missing. Sorry to hear that. Plenty of travelers pass through these parts. Could you describe the fellow to me? Yes, that sounds familiar. Mind you, I didn't see him myself, but I do believe one of our bounty hunters spied up such a man. And you were all battering a horde of spectral warriors. Goit! Come here for a moment. There's someone who needs to speak with you. That's all. Make it quick. The shades. Strike itself. If I ain't ready, I'll bring you back to our neck of the woods. Now that you mention it, I did see someone like that back down in the battlefield that he ran off to do more hero work. At first I thought he was going to attack me like the rest of the spirit ones, but no, he just stood there striking a pose, trying to scare us dust me damned if I know. Still, he was glowing, and I wasn't about to take any chances, so I said, "Hey, piss off, Ghost!" and said I was packing. Did he die, you ask? Don't you say, "Oh my origin"? Also, I've got my mug way long enough. Good luck. Oh, good talk. Could it be the Warrior of Darkness? I thought that was your voice, but was convinced my ears were playing tricks on me. It was good to see you again. Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but we overheard you discussing the Ray opposer. We've been searching for some time now. There've been signs in Lakeland, you see. Bonhart and I have been tasked with getting to the bottom of it. We've a little way of useful information, though. All we know is that he appears without warning and just short-making a pose. It's not caused any harm. If you discover the shock of a strange man gesticulating in general direction, that is. Nevertheless, we're worried his behavior might escalate. Have you been tasked with apprehending him as well? Not quite, Von Hart. Really came back tracking down a missing friend. It's great now, I have to say my friend. If you're looking for what might be the same, then why not work together? Between the three of you, you're bound to have better luck. And that's a we don't know that. And a great help. And we were just about to leave to gather testimony as well, you see. Come and join us in Solon when you're finished here. We'll solve this mystery in no time. But yeah, I had a goal which I failed to do, to get to 60 million before Dawn Trail. Unfortunately, I was not able to do that, but I've now amended it to have 60 million before the end of the year. Which I should easily do. fact, I'm pretty sure I'm getting another. I'm pretty sure with the collection of elegant pieces to sell, I am going to hit another 42 million tomorrow morning. Fans of Final Fantasy 7 might recognize this bike. What am I doing? Show your style, please, in the background. This code does actually look really good in reds. You can really get a nice Dante vibe with it. Unfortunately, the gunblade doesn't really look that much like a Rebellion. Hey, Darth! We're not streaming Dawn Trail today. I actually can't stream Dawn Trail even if I wanted to. Oh! That reminds me! This stream has awards on it! Let's see if I can get the link for how this works. There it is. How you doing, Darth? It's been a while. But Dawn Trail isn't available for New Game Plus and won't be for a while. Nice! How'd you enjoy it, Darth? Thanks, Bubs.
Oh, that fellow. I saw him the other day on the way home from Claremont. I've enjoyed one too many liberations after my path and ended up wandering off into the forest. Before I knew it, the sun was dripping low and the sky turned dark. I was beginning to wonder if he'd make it home. Then I felt a gentle tug at my arm. And would you believe it? This odd-looking man led me out to the forest and set me back on the road. I thanked him profusely, but he said nothing in reply. Just struck his pose and walked off.
That's good. I have admittedly only seen the first couple of matches and then sort of I couldn't stay awake. I was too exhausted still from finishing Dawn Trail yesterday. So I'm going to catch up on it tomorrow during work.
Did I see him? You bet I did. I was crossing through the forest of the Lost Shepherd on my way to deliver fish to the hostile imperative. Out of nowhere, this odd man leapt in front of me. I thought he was abandoned at first, but then he abruptly turned to his side, cuddled his neck, and put his fist to his head as if to say, I don't know. It was baffling. I ran when I realized he was going to do anything else. Why, yes, I saw someone like that when I was out picking mushrooms in the forest. He even spoke to me. I was repulsed at first by his form, but he only wanted to warn me that fell beasts lurk in the forest, and I shall be wary. Contrary to appearance, as he was actually quite gentlemanly. You're just questioning the locals, have you? Or have you been able to learn anything? Only I suppose it caused no harm. He's even helped people? So he's a gentleman, albeit a suspicious one. Something of a contradiction, you might say. There's no reason to doubt what we heard. Everyone sees to encounter in the forest of the Lost Shepherd, right? And that's where we should look next, shall we? We shall, but I want the sun to rise. Oh. Manatee, please move out the way. God, that looks good. In a few hours, the sun rises. So those who do not know, along with Dawn Trail, they did a massive graphics lighting revamp. So everything looks better. It's really not that long away. It's already 2 in the morning. But yeah. After 1 hour of the stream, you should gain an EXP boost. Meal set. 3 hours, you will gain Etherite tickets. And 6, which you should have by after next stream, will get you a mount. But you have to follow the instructions that they give you there. Where did these things come from? What is happening to us? I enjoyed Money in the Bank for the most part.
See you, Fluffy. Should only be another hour or two in stream. In fact, it's even starting to lighten up already. Also, for I guess Twitch pleasure, got on your red mage outfit. Trust me, we're waiting for a good reason. God, they even added more. They even added a thing to make the plants look nicer. Look how alive this place is now. Yes, I enjoy Money in the Bank. Come on, Dawn. Hey, how's everyone been? Alright. Nearly there.
Okay, that's day enough. Well, here we are. What exactly were you supposed to begin our search? These woods are, well, woods. Got a plan, do you? Far be it for me to doubt the warrior of darkness. Show us what you've got in mind, and we've got your back at the best of our ability. Which one are we forming, guys? The Manderville or the Manderville Mumble? Number 2. Yes, we are. Hark! What familiar gentlemen gesticulations are these? Light Warden, the forgiven gentleman. On your guard, with a sin eater! No way, that's no sin eater! It's the gentleman of light. Gentleman of light? Who is this gentleman of light whom you speak? I am the forgiven gentleman, the father of sins, Light Warden extraordinaire. You might occasionally... Inspector, Inspector, Inspector. You're acquainted with us, gentlemen. Right then. Clearly your friend has been through a lot. But still, how do you get in his head that he's a sinier? There's no way to bring back his memories. explosives? We're trying to save him, right? Wicked right! We've killed him! I say, Erlina, I had resigned myself to Nash's ungentle mythology, but you too, my brutish friend. But never mind that. I do not recall the world being quite so powerful. Previously, I was with Nashu and Greg, wandering the bizarre, shadowy realm known as the Spectral Rift. What? Where am I? Who am I? Sickening light, the gross postering. I know what you are. You're one of them, ain't you? What you need is good old-fashioned dwarf decay. I probably should have brought going up against Elizabeth. She's got quite a punch. Run for your lives! It's a senior! Sin. It's I'll be damned. I saw a vision of the man's past. No wonder he became convinced he was a senior. I saw it too. It was quite possibly the most ridiculous memory I've ever glimpsed. Answer me, my faithful assistant. Where are we? And why is it so purple? The first? The first what? Are you telling me we somehow traveled to an entirely different world? Good gods! To think I transcended the very boundaries of time and space! But were they not my adoring fans? Hildebrand, Agent Aquarian Inspector Extraordinaire, will return to you forthwith. One I've enjoyed with time spent in this far-flung first that I can remember. We shall be getting back to our own world soon. Would you happen to know how we might be doing about that? Restore my soul. The spirit vessel? Say no more! Your cursory description was more than enough for me to grasp the concept completely. It is not like a brewing the perfect cup of coffee, which means our task is clear. We require the service of a skilled soul sommelier. Splendid! I see that even in this world, the other rubs shoulders with the cream. Let us pay this big lug a visit. I'm not sure what you're planning to do with souls, but if you require Backlog's assistance, we can help. Aye, they've got aided us time and again. I reckon they would do the same for your friend here. Come with us to the Cabinet of Curiosity. Spike is why I thought Blitzball was going to be one of the classes they announced at the FanFest. Because they put a lot of work and effort into the animation of that. A lot of work. Are you ready? I'll call them for Backlog. Ah, the genius soul sommelier. You have come higher, recommended by Relina. And what an adorable little puppy you have.
So, what's puppy? I beg your pardon, but there seems to be some confusion. Puppy? Who is this imbecile, Relina? I have a mind to make him dig a hole so I can throw him in it. I presume he's a friend of yours, and one, indeed, no less. What? Another of your friends that needs to be sent back to the source? Have you forgotten how complex and difficult it was to do the last time? You waltz in here and ask me this favor with the air of one shopping for new hats? This case is no different from the others, at least. He is present only in soul and stay where? We'll need another spiller vessel, of course. You don't happen to have one on you already, do you? Interested you by the crystal Exarch, you say? If only you knew how you were using it. Fortunately, I have a proxy on hand. We've been using it to treat patients at risk of transforming to eaters. I suppose it's time for a change of pace. There is, however, one concern in case I didn't make it clear before the process can begin. Great stroke upon your soul. If he's lacking resilience, there's a chance he will not survive. There's a very essence it will be rent asunder. Both of these are quite good. After Wedge lived through, it would be implausibly anticlimactic for him to die like that. Ha 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 ha! Relina knows me all too well. I assure you, my good sommelier, he was most certainly not a dog. You needn't worry about Hildebrand Hildeon Mandeville, Maximilian Mandeville. Yes, I got the distinct impression that the gods themselves could not kill him if they tried. And they have. Come along then, Hildy. I can't be bothered to remember the name. 1,000 thanks. Simply point me in the siphon and I shall hop right in. The rest of you can wait here. I promise I won't hurt him. No matter how much I might be tempted to. You'll be pleased to know that the process wasn't smooth and uneventful. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. All you need to do is take his spirit vessel back to the source and bring it in contact with his corporeal body. He should awaken immediately with his soul and memories intact. If there's nothing else, Bonroy and I shall begin back to our duties. It was a pleasure, Elena. If all too brief. I won't pretend I understood even a fraction of what happened, but I'm glad I was there for it. Till we meet again, be assured that Taylor and I will do our damnedest to look after the people in your absence. Our time here is all but spent once again. We return to Razatan. You're back! not a moment too soon. We have an emergency on our hands. The Inspector's soul is in this, you say? That's great! We have another problem. The Inspector's body has gone missing. We went to the market to do some shopping, and when we came back, he was nowhere to be seen. I double-checked that every door was locked before we left, but there's nothing to suggest he forced his way in. We got a case on our hands. The case of the evaporating Inspector. We must begin our investigation at once. Come on, they're looking for witnesses. You see anyone getting cut out of the house, you ask? I was just distracted. I was stacking to make note of any comments or goings, so I couldn't be of more help. I didn't see anyone carrying a person out of that house, no. But I did see a man carrying a particularly large sack, so heavy he strained to lift it. I don't think much of it at the time, but now that you mention it, was a bit suspicious. There you are! This man says he has vital information which should help in our investigation.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Dylan, editor-in-chief of the Thavnarian Truth, a monthly publication devoted to exploring unexplained and otherworldly phenomenon of our isle. Your companion shall remain news of your friend's disappearance, and I happen to know precisely who's behind the incidents, but I fear you may not like the answer, for the kidnapper is not of this star. They come from the heavens, from beyond the great expanse. They descend in curious saucer-shaped airships to study our world, our society, our buildings, our very bodies. You shudder, no doubt. Did you realize whom I speak? It can't be, you protest. Oh, but it could. It is you. Your dear friend, the Inspector, has been abducted by aliens. Oh, but you'll be fine, you assure yourself. After all, just what's to stand us better. You pure deluded child. That they do. But what end? What else? That they take over the world. What is worse, they plot to do with the aid of collaborators. For the Charlians are in league with our would-be overlords, providing the aliens with vital information on our vulnerabilities in exchange for position of power within the regime. The final days was also the work of these alien invaders, an attempt to sow chaos that our world would be easier to conquer. Blessing it was thwarted, if only by dumb luck, as those that did the thwarting were blissfully unaware of the true nature of the threat. I'd hoped the setback would discourage the aliens from coming back, if not move them to abandon their ambitions. But it seems events have only emboldened them. They're indeed carrying out abductions here in Razatan. Even as we speak, your friend lays prone in a sterile bed in the case of the surface of the moon, where they poke and prod him with inscrutable instruments, and as their floppy ears wiggle in fiendish delight. Ah, I've said too much. I must continue the investigation. In secret, the fate of the world is at stake. Oh no, that sounded awful. We have to go to the moon and save the Inspector at once. You still got the floppy ears part, right? Huh? So you don't think the Inspector's someone getting probed by aliens? But not then who's probing him? A man carrying a suspiciously large sack? That sounds promising. Maybe someone else can tell us more. Someone up ahead may have seen something. Let's ask around. Blimey. Ragda and his family are the nicest people. They've got such gentle eyes and long snoots. Too longer than I've ever met in yours here. That man on the sack. Indeed, I couldn't help but take note of it as he passed. Trying so very hard to be inconspicuous he was. He designed so path and went over to the fountain where he met with a merchant, I believe. Such a hefty stack it was. My mind was racing with possibilities of what it might contain. That'd be our man, right? We need to hunt down that merchant. It's incredible, isn't it? It reminds me of the giant statue of Lord Gorbert at the Golden Saucer. Once the spectre's back on his feet, we'll have to show it. Man with a large sack. Yeah, bet I saw him. At first I told him to get lost. That bird and I go way back and so forth, but he was in a hurry and offers very generous. When you're in my line of work, you can't afford to get too sentimental. Now I can buy a whole stable worth of chocobos. Did he say where he's going to go next? He was muttering something about having to get to Saltwind. Welcome in a hurry. Only way he was desperate for a chocobo. It's a long way to go on foot. Never mind the sack. Did you hear that, Rena? We need to head to the Saltburst right away. Yeah. Bam 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 bam. Oh wait. Here we are, which means a mystery man with a mysterious sack must be near. Keep your eyes peeled. Landed a little too close. Over there! That man is definitely up to no good. Maybe he's waiting for a co-conspirator. We just stay outside and watch what happens. Nice! That's good. Ah, that's a chupacabra. Maybe he expressly told us he put the evil schemes behind him. He wouldn't lie, would he? The goods appear to be none the worse for wear. Very well. Your payment as promised. My client will be most pleased. Oh no! Is he going to make the inspector to fight the giant sea monster? Isn't it an honor? A pleasure as always, Dr. Luque. I've had this this specimen meet your satisfaction? So this is the man who's said to be the strongest, most resilient in the world. The Manderville Man. None other. He has weathered countless explosions and multitude of martial abuses, including devastating suplex I did witness. He has even said he survived a journey to Dalamut itself, and survived the latest Sir Moon's full area scratch. Most unfortunately for us ourselves, he has gone into a coma, with which I am sure he will never awake. I'm free to do as you please. Even the mightiest of warriors can't fight while asleep. Those meddlers have gotten the better of me and my beautiful boy in the Tower of Babel, but my next child will be all but invincible. With this body mine to command, I will exact a bloody glorious revenge. Forgive me my boldness, Dr. Luque, but when might I expect the rest of my payments? I have debts that must be paid. Worry not! With a total offer I got for good, the vast fortune of 1,000 rutas is entirely at my disposal. I shall shower you with wealth, my loyal minion. And gladly shall I accept the spoils, Doctor, unresolved endeavor to renounce my wicked ways, for surely this time I will suffer no comeuppance. Oh, not you, not now! Bah! What's the way? Wait, Doctor, look here! My payment! Wake up, Inspector! Could it be? The world is no longer purple! Stop moving, damn you! You're supposed to be a comatose centerpiece of my glorious revenge!
Not again! No!
I say, that was a rather dramatic entrance to Wicken 2. But more importantly, after a brief detour, I find myself on my own world once more. My most sincere apologies for causing you such trouble, my loyal assistant. Rejoice! For Counterman, Agent Inquiry Inspector Extraordinaire has made his triumphant return.
Wait, Inspector!
I knew it! An alien abduction! And to think I would have the chance to witness one with my own eyes. This monster shall the alien truth shall be the best one yet.
And just when I finally thought we would let the inspector back, off he went, and then came back, and then threw it off again. I know it's not the first time that he's taken off to the skies without warning, but still, it's always a little disappointing. Still, there's no use crying over flying inspectors. Let's return to Rise with Hand.
Hey, Lil. Thank you.
You should get awards if you just have me on in the background. As Bubs has confirmed, it is working. Inspector, why are you gonna be here again? And where have you gone? No, this won't do. Get it together, Nashu. There's a case to solve. Just you wait, Inspector. Your lawyer assistant Nashu will solve the mystery of your disappearance. Again. Don't you worry, Melina. As soon as I have a new lead, you'll be the first to know. Till next time.
Meanwhile, in their laboratorium. It's a chow. With a shoot mind and explosive panache, you'll find the crime, crack the case in a flash. Nation debonair, pure gentleman player, an agent of inquiry held the brand Manderville. Truth and justice never go out of style. See you, Inspector. I wish I could learn how to sing that song. This seems like a fun intro.
Relena, I have a new lead, and just as I promised, you're the first to know. Before we get into the details though, I should give you back your soul container. I gave it a good scrub first. Of course, being a gentleman he is, I'm sure the inspector wouldn't want to leave any lingering soul odors. There! Now you can listen to my findings without having this darkly thoughts like, when is Nash going to give me back my soul container? Now, as in, for the lead I mentioned, I was thumbing through it periodically and found an article on alien abduction. The way it was described was almost exactly what happened to the inspector. He even had a little diagram of a man swimming in the midair. Anyway, the author seemed convinced that the victim had been taken to the moon. That's because it is! You remember Dorian, the Indulgence and Briefs? He was the one who wrote it. And he plans on doing research for the next edition on the moon itself. Apparently there's a portal or something in Garlemald that will take you straight there. Oh, but a world topic eventually. You must have been to the moon already. Know it like the back of your hand, I bet. I thought so. It'll be nice to have an expert guide up there to help me search for clues. What say you? To the moon, Nasher. We're gonna camera grind this. Right, I'll start packing my bags. I don't know what the weather on the moon is like on the moon. I remember Garlemald being a bit chilly the last time I was there. Hey, I'm actually dressed for Garlemald. Nice! I hope you're doing well, love. Oh, it was much colder than I remember. I sure hope this lunar gate is close. The Tower of Babel? You mean that big spiky spire? Well, we definitely shouldn't get lost in the midair. Let's get moving. Why do no one dress appropriately for Garlemald? Oh wait, it's the communication towers. Time to buy a helicopter. So, this thing will send us to the moon, just like that? Courage, Nasher. The world's in grave danger and the people deserve to know the truth! I have to reach the moon so I can expose it! As I've explained to you twice already, I can only allow passage to authorized travelers, which you are not. Ah! You're one of them, aren't you? The aliens have infiltrated every layer of our society. What in blazes are you talking about? I'm Damascus born, you... Sure. Oh, look, Astoria at the end of her briefs! That's the Delian, Editor-in-Chief. Thank you very much. And your friends are the instructed, I believe. Melina, greetings. Are you required to go to the moon by any chance? You exposed in my direction once? No, nor am I affiliated with him in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't think so. It doesn't seem like the type of company a hero like you would keep. But Relina, aren't you forgetting the whole conversation we had with Dorian back in Razatan? Relina, as in Relina West Knight, Slayer of gods, savior of Ishgard, liberator of the purposes, stealer of pants.
How did I fail to recognize such an unbelievably famous individual? As a champion of people, you know you have a duty to lead us to the fact-strangling checkpoint. We cannot let your comrade abduction go up unsolved. He needs you, and the world needs my next article. You believe he was taken to the moon? Well, that certainly sounds like an emergency to me. Your acquaintance here seems sincere in his desire to help, so grant him special disposition to accompany you just this once. You may proceed to the Nethergate. Mysterious forces have thrust us together, and though I trust the fates about as much as I trust the obviously compromised Gate God, I will leave the moon unturned. The truth is out there. I feel like my eyes bulging out when I'm talking with this man. Welcome to the moon, NASA. Oh, the miniatures is white and shiny up close, but not made of cheese, and no sign of the inspector either. So we've arrived already? The Empire's technology is more advanced than I feared. Over there! The aliens have built some kind of forward base on the lunar surface. We must sneak in and blow the lid on their invasion plans. Looks like Dorian has a lead. Come on, we should follow him. Watcher, I am very sorry for this. Aliens! Honest to God, aliens! I never expected them to be so tall. Or so small. And bunny like. Welcome. If I had known I was reading so many visitors, I would have sent for more tea. That voice! Speaking outside my mind! I don't know the words, but their meaning is clear. Are they wielding psychic powers to try and brainwash me? You alright there, friend? Need help with anything in particular? And this one speaks with our tongue fluently. Learn from our Charlotte collaborators, I'll wager. Don't you think you'll fool me? What with your adorable bunny nose and silken ears? I'll print the truth before you arrive to beguile my fellow man. You're one of Harry Angie's friends, aren't you? I'm not sure or what put you such an odd idea into your companion's head. But would you mind saying him straight for me? Operas are allies of all mankind. The sky attempts to make us live off carrots alone, notwithstanding. They got to you, didn't they? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. I've heard the rumors about the disbanded Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The formerly secret society has in truth become all the more secret. That it may pull our leader's strings from the shadows. Hold it right there, mister. I won't stand here and listen to you slander Relina or this lovely bunny any longer. You better not libel them neither. We actually came in search of Inspector Hildebrand, a dashing gentleman who we think was brought here by a shiny flying saucer. You wouldn't happen to have seen either of them around here, have you? I'm afraid I've seen neither. Long as was it my duty to keep watch, as the needs for constant vigilance since ended. I've grown accustomed to idleness. It's rather refreshing, really. Anyway, perhaps the operas may have observed this man, or abductor. I feel I would have remembered if I had. The others might have seen something, though. Why don't I take you over to the Beastways Burrows, and you can ask them about it yourself? That sounds like a wonderful idea. Please lead the way. If nothing else, we've got an eye full of facilities we built for the benefit of mankind to help reassure your suspicions here, friend. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Good gods! So many bunnies! As they could build a forward base on this scale, then what hope does mankind have against them? Oh, for the love of carrots! This is not a military operation! Do you see any cannons or assault craft? You haven't any weaponry at all. Take your time and chat with whoever you like. As for me, I've got perfectly innocuous and not at all nefarious things we do. Bye now. Right then, let's get on with the investigation. Look, do you have an etherite here? An etherite? A convenient tool for me with the charlatans and conspirators, no doubt. Oh, they'll tell you the etherites were an elegant invention, but it's really just any of many alien technology secret received in exchange for their undying loyalty. Link pearls too. Be careful what you say in those private calls. The charlatans are always listening. Oh, I often stretch my legs out under there in the stars. I can't say I've noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sorry. Not to worry. I'll try or like elsewhere. Thank you. Furry-faced liars, the lot of them. They're probably hiring an entire fleet of alien attack craft. Hey, Magpie. I'm alright. How be you? How be you? Oh, that's a big fan. I must get hot in here. A propulsion engine? Of course! There's no mere moon. You know the satellite upon which we stand was never a natural celestial body, right? It was a grand fabrication of the ancients. They were in contact with aliens even back then, but the purpose of their ambitious construction has eluded us. Until now, it's obvious that the moon is a colossal star-faring vessel. Is that you right? And wrong. Hey! Playing game time. Oh! Ever since we built the Extraction 6000, we get all kinds of people around here. Could you describe your missing friend in a bit more detail? Well, he's very gentlemanly and dapper. If you look past, he almost certainly touches the sight of his clothing. Though the fashion sense can be a bit eccentric, our visiting adventurers are always dressed impeccably. Not to be rude, but I feel like your friend would have stood out in the crowd. He's probably strapped to a table somewhere, even during unspeakable experiments. What about I piece together so far? The giant alien is the master, and all these smaller xenobodies are artificial life forms created to serve as minions in his armies. The harvest appears as part of the strategy. As soon as you let your guard down, snap! They take you down like a pack of herbalist wolves.
Dorian has many interesting theories, doesn't he? Being nibbled to death by a mob of cuddly bunnies doesn't sound like a bad way to go. Well, that was the other moon, Magpie. Not this moon. We used to have 2 moons. But the other one was House for Bahamut. That crashed into the planet in the opening video. This moon is a moon that was made to be a spaceship to flee the planet in case the apocalypse started again. But we cancelled that, so now we just have a bunch of bunnies living on the moon. No gentlemen in ragged clothes, I'm afraid. I did spot an object in flight that I couldn't immediately identify. It was while I was out gathering materials in South Mare Laboratorium. I presumed it was just some elegant relic or some new species of floating jellyfish. I didn't think too much of it. Core! Now that sounds promising. Thank you for your help. And thank you for your time, even.
What's this then? A pod for growing new xenobunnies? They must plan to produce them in the millions, and overwhelm us with their sheer fuzzy numbers. Ah, how could I have been so blind? Those aren't ears. They're psychic wave generators. They lure people close with their precious little faces. And then bam! Brainwashed. I figured all it out, alien scum. And once the world hears my special edition, your dream of domination will be put on hold.
What a strange, oddly aggrieving man. Is he a friend of yours, too? He thinks he's a friend of the people, but I don't think people are his friends. Right, let's get out there and find that flying object. Do you know which direction is south?
Fucking ouch, Nashu! Wait! I'm coming with you! Don't leave me alone with the brainwashing xenobuddies! I'm pretty sure your bombs would have burnt that man less.
As an aside, Magpie, you will gain awards for Final Fantasy 14 watching the stream today. The link that Bubs pinned earlier has the details on it, if you're curious. So many stars! Like a million twinkling teeth and a giant, great big gentlemanly smile. We did find her, Relina. Fair do. Oh, do you not know about the free trial there, Magpie? Actually, it might not qualify if you've already done a free trial. Well, I found it. I just can't zoom over that way. Mr. Flying Saucer, can you please come into an area I can actually see? No! Oh, okay, good. Oh, you can't get the items on a free account. Never mind. Ah, there it is. And there it goes. Come on. We can't let it get away. We did it, Melina. We found the inspector. Case closed.
Horrendous. Only aliens could subject a man to such a callous and physical implausible fate.
Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or do you see a whole field of planted Hildebrands?
Well, well, what a delightful surprise to see you here, whatever here happens to be. My, what an impressive specimen, gentleman, you are, good sir. The same could be said of you, my good man. This is extraordinary, exemplary, gentlemanly club. If I could be as bold as to join you. What in the name of the occult is happening here? Where do they all come from?
I found the Hildebrands created by the manufacturer of starlight through swamp gas. Could there be there are Hildebrand clones going ill? Laboratories, flesh fats. Imposters, you mean? Don't worry, I know how to make find the real inspector.
Citizens Nashu! Use your powers of deduction, not destruction!
I'm also standing and synchronized. I also can't tell the difference.
Well, look no further, for I am the one and only Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. The one and only? I believe that would be me, good sir. Oh, what? I think you will find that I am the original Hildebrand. Oh, I'm more than certain that I am the Hildebrand. As am I. Could it be that we're all Hildebrand? How positively marvelous! I propose we celebrate this auspicious moment as only a mob of magical men can.
Hey, Chris!
What manner of walking nightmare is this?
It's, not an eye patch, it's a cracked monocle. And it was aliens.
Apologies for the confusion, my friends. I assure you that this time you stand in the presence of the immaculate Hildebrand Maximilian Manderville. And this demure blue chap here is my new assistant, Master Poo Poo. Another alien species. Of course, you're building a clone army to invade our star. And what we summoned upon was a field test. I do not believe we've had the pleasure. My excitable fellow, I'll promise you that the Macabre Master Poo Poo has no desire to wage any clone wars. Then, what is this all about? Are you telling me you weren't abducted? A simple misunderstanding. Ho 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 ho! What a charming little rascal you are! An offshoot of the Mandragora family, perchance? Poo-poo! 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 Ah, I see. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Master Poo-poo. Ahem. Might I inquire as to our recent whereabouts? I had but recently reunited with Nashu and Relina, and would greatly appreciate if you could convey me to my prior location. Splendid! Full speed ahead, my dear fellow. Steady on now. This is not what I had in mind. My world, you have generated a veritable battalion of identical gentlemen. Surely we create never safety contains some pure medical magnificence. Can you perchance reverse the process? And yes, this is very total whiplash considering the last stream. But I wanted something a bit lighter to come back to. Oh, gods! No, not like that. Mommy! It honestly might be, Chris. Thus, I've concluded that Master Poo-Poo has no grasp on the common tongue and his true intentions. While surely Paul's peaceable will remain woefully unclear, it was only through frenzied gestures I managed to direct him back and have him clean up the Mandeville multiple crumbs.
Poo-Poo! I hail Poo-Poo from a star, Poo-Poo, a great distance from here. Poo-Poo! I come in search for a friend whose communications held to mid-explanation.
All this way to aid a comrade in distress, you say? The devotion, the determination, your story looked into my heart. Fear not, my blue-hued friend, for I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry Inspector Extraordinaire, have attached himself to the case of stubborn barnacle of a Kraken's behind. I swear to you, here and now, I shall scour all creation from my deepest pits of the Seven Hills to the very pinnacle of the heavens for the missing comrade that you so desperately seek.
So, context for you, Chris. The Hildebrand quest series is a series of quests that they have been doing throughout the entirety of FF14's existence that are light-hearted comedy sketches where the animators get to have fun. It's also practice for them for when they're doing stuff in the actual main game, but for the most part, these are just anime Looney Tunes.
Tell me, Relina, how is it that you're able to understand Master Poo-Poo's language? The power of echoes? Ah, you mean persistent repetition? This sounds similar to the Mandeville art of parley. You're saying you have an extrasensory ability that allows communication with aliens? How fascinating! Yes, most fascinating indeed. Pending mysteries aside, I'm glad indeed to once more be in the company of my faithful assistant and stalwart contemporary both.
And the power of the echo is one of the things that the player protagonist has that automatically translates all spoken language. Not written language. And yes, Darth, they might actually have been drunk writing this, or high. My upside's beat up on Smith. Exactly!
So begins this case of the silent correspondent. Not to drain on your parade while my friend, who was somewhere on your star, stopped sending me messages, is not a lot to go on. I spent years investigating the existence of aliens. Our recent experience notwithstanding, they are not easy to find.
Then you don't know the Inspector Hildebrand. I solved this case as she solved countless others with unerring perception and schnash.
Ha 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 ha! Well said, Nasu. I need but relinquish conscious thought to investigate on the clues within.
Although I think I've got the text a little too fast still for speaking out loud.
Lose yourself in the deductive current, Inspector.
You're channeling, aren't you? Creating a higher power to breach the veil mystery. Another fascinating development.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over. I'd like to know, I spotted that chap you were asking about. You know, the well-muscular gentleman with the tired clothing and dazzling teeth. You mean the gentleman? I found him too. Well, that can't be right. I saw him in the North Maritime and ran the other way when I called out. I don't understand how he could have arrived before me. I have a feeling, Mr. Bunny, sir, what you saw was an imposter. Lena, would you mind asking Master Poo-Poo if he is growing any more inspectors on the moon? Poo-Poo, I only created a single batch, but one did manage to escape the vaporization beam. The individual behavior was unpredictable. A flaw in the cloning process, I'm afraid.
Well, that won't do at all. We can't have a flawed inspector running around, especially the man of full name. Master Poo-Poo, I must ask that we hunt down and liquidate my other self as soon as possible. Might we delay the search for your comrade until the deed is done?
Poo-Poo, the imperfect claw was my making. It's only right that I redress my mistake first.
So begins the case of the imposter inspector.
Oh, that does sound exciting. If you don't mind me coming along, I can show you the place where I saw the imposter inspector.
Ba-da-ba-da-da.
I spy with my little eye. No dashing the effective gentleman.
He can't have made it that far on foot. Why don't we try searching the immediate area? Scan the horizon. That kind of thing.
Then I suggest we split up so we can cover more ground. Nashu, Lee and I will investigate to the west.
Right, I'll take these other two and head east.
Splitting the party again?
And you're leaving me with the aliens? Oh, relax, Bright Eyes. I'll have you a nice chat and I can abuse you of all these strange conspiratorial notions. Oh, and we could get to know our new friend here.
Let us be away. Well, with Relina in the van, if you please.
There's one way down there. Granted, this was not a good idea to come back to speak, have a less speaking intense roles.
Behold, this sublime vista! 'Tis as if the moon herself breathes breath at her feet.
Oh, look down there. They have their very own hot spring.
My dear Tachi, what you're observing is no hot spring, but a natural reservoir of cerulean, with which a rich source to hand. It's no wonder they can afford these palatal residences.
I'm glad you're here to educate me, Inspector. I was about to take a quick soak.
That is not something to go swimming in.
So we're doing an amount with them.
Oh! Really? Huh! I did not know you can use spells with them.
A goldsmithing hammer is lodged in the thinker's carcass. It appears to have been dealt a single swift killing blow.
Core, the bugs grow big up here, don't they?
This hammer surely cannot be. Nay, it does not bear thinking about. Come along, nothing to see here.
Oh, knowing that.
That dramatically speeds this bit up. What a dazzling display of stars.
Not a single cloud in sight. In fact, I've never seen the night sky so clearly.
Now that you mention it, it has been night time the entire time. I've been here. How much longer until dawn breaks, do you think?
How the branch on the moon.
Another goldsmithing hammer, another killing blow that bespeaks the unparalleled strength.
Oh, it looks like he's yawning. The hammer stuck in his head spoils the effect, though.
He cannot be here. Why would he be here?
That's a goldsmithing tool, isn't it? It looks awfully familiar.
And yet, completely unrelated to our cause. Moving on, people, moving on. Trail of fancy footprints. The certainly tracks lead to the northwest. Aha! In the sand, in the snow, or in the half film of moon dust, I'd recognize those fancy footprints anywhere. They're a perfect copy of mine. Our fugitive impossible must be just up ahead. I sense a gentlemanly presence. He is close, very close.
No clones in the northeastern quadrant that we could see. That's clever. This suburban can scout for us from the air.
Aha! I found me! Why? Why did I flee?
He seems sad, downcast, very un-Inspector-like.
A flawed creation, to be sure. Such negative emotions would never mar the heart of a true Manderville man. of all the things for Chris to actually see. Praise thou for his presence. 'Twould seem my beloved Hildy has been awoken from his unnatural slumber. Bad thing my gentlemen comrades to save myself. My pride is worse tatters than my maltreated wardrobes. My fatherly love denied. Unthinkable. This is not my son. Another of me survived. I'll not turn tail and run this time. No, sir. Hildebrand to the rescue! Round and round as fast as I can. I can't slow down, I'm a Mandela man! I don't want to dance at the Emerald. Now I know I'm dreaming. That can't possibly be real.
That was something we were preparing to welcome the people of Atheris. I almost forgot it was still here. The verge appears to have stopped. But just look at all this junk! Please be sure to pick up all your litter before you leave. This moon belongs to everyone, you know.
Oh. Hilda, the Maximilian Mandeville. How glad am I to see you all but about. Your mother will be beside herself with joy. I only stand before you now thanks to Nashu, who stood there vigilantly by my bedside, and to Relina, who ferried my soul back from across the rift. My son is indeed blessed with good comrades of quality. You're my heartfelt gratitude. To you, Master Poo-Poo, I extend my apologies. In my excitement, I fear I have broken your starship. If there's aught I could do to help you effect repairs, you have only to ask.
Poo-Poo! My vessel experienced a temporary malfunction. There was no major structural damage.
It brings me relief and joy to hear it. Might have a word, Relina. I actually come to the moon in search for a certain rare ore. By Thal's good grace, my quest has been successful. The ore, however, is but the first step in a longer saga. Maybe back at Rezitan, I'll explain the role I wish you to play. Yes, I think it best we make our way in the journey stalwarts. We'll not find Master Poo-Poo's friend from here unless someone packed an extremely efficient spyglass. Anybody? No? Then home it is. For years, I've chased after the supernatural and inexplicable, but to encounter so much of it in such a short span of time, my mind still reels from the implications. Yet I must keep my gaze focused beyond the veil. A chance like this comes only once in a lifetime. Ah, how lovely to be back on the start of my birth. Father did not tarry to chat, but said something about returning here with a trusted employee. Well, We have no time for further meal pleasantries. Nash and I must devote all of our mental energies to the case of the silent correspondent. My keen inspector's senses pales me to begin a search in that direction. Make haste, my companions, for justice waits for no man, not even on this little and blue.
Inspector, wait. Can't justice make an exception this time?
This channeling appears to be remarkably effective. Fascinating. Yes, most fascinating indeed. Relina, look at me. I seem to have been laboring under a misconception. After spending some time with the Xenobodies, it became clear to me that they are not, in spite of the intention of invading our star. They are no threat to us. But he is. You know who I speak. The devious Master Poo-Poo. And his diabolical devices devised solely for world domination. I shall have to investigate it further, but to learn the interesting of his plans, but I may require aid. Not to mention your interpretation. I'll pay you a retainer fee. So please, when you have the time, come, join me on my quest for truth. Ah, Melina, my apologies for the wait. Shall we proceed to business then? The task at hand concerns nothing less than a family legacy. The recreation of the historically significant and astronomically magnificent Mandeville weapons. They were designs of a distant ancestor, you see. While the originals have long since vanished, the manual containing the secrets of their construction survived. A precious heirloom passed down through the generations of Mandevilles. Tis true that as a goldsmith, I've had little occasion for crafting implements of war. Why this project and why now, you may well ask? And I shall very well tell you. The tale begins not so long ago. I was here, in Vazitan, to discuss a deal with an up-and-coming merchant. The man in question was an acquisition proposal. The last talk soured, so I made preparations to depart. It was then the sky burst into flame. You know all too well what horrors follows. I did my best to defend the citizenry from the beasts which spawned, yet I could not save them all. Save far too few, in fact. The memory of it haunted me day and night, and I find myself unable to work. Then I heard the news of how you and your companions had ventured forth to banish this evil at its source. You forged on the face of deepest despair, and it gave me the courage to do the same. I took a good hard look in the looking glass and asked, what can Godford Mandeville do to safeguard the people of this star? Thus did I realize I had both my knowledge and the skill to forge the greatest weapons, that I might empower others to protect themselves and their fellow man. So I began going down the list of acquiring the necessary materials with single-minded purpose. One of these was a goodly chunk of purest mandarin ore, a metal found exclusively in meteorites, and that only graciously. I searched high and low, scouring impact sites and sorting with kobolds, all to no avail. Then when none was to be found in Heidelin, I set my sights on the moon, where I at last obtained a stable size. Now I say at last, but the list of materials goes on. If I am to collect the rest of it in a timely fashion, I must employ the help of a comrade of quality. Will you spare a moment while entering? Already my dear son is inspecting. Pray, Jacob, drop a word in the ear of my manservant here. I shall clear my schedule of trivial interruptions, and we can proceed with the creation of mandible weapons forthwith. So, yeah. Back when Razatan was... Meanwhile, elsewhere in Razatan. Sound the alarm! A prisoner is escaping! Solid ground, the far out of this world. Beyond the truth lies the weird and absurd. You're one, he's second to none. Original query, Hildebrandt and Dorville. Definitely not an alien clone. See you, Inspector. So yeah, when this place was experiencing the apocalypse, Godbert was actually here. And it didn't make much difference. Relina, that's suspicious. Suspicious timing. I was just thinking of you and suddenly you appear. As I'm sure you recall, Master Poo-Poo claimed his purpose in coming to our world is to search for a missing comrade. Which is, of course, merely a cover for his true objective, laying the groundwork for a full-scale invasion. I understand skeptical masses will demand proof of this sinister operation. Thus did I decide to bide my time, keep my eyes open, and let things play out. And no sooner had I resolved to do so, when I received word concerning the Inspector. It seems they've made progress in tracking down their alien friends. Friend, this could be my chance. I say, my chance? I can hardly stand against this cosmic conspiracy alone. You are coming alone, yes? Then let us be on our way. We were headed to Palika Stand, and we don't want to miss even the smallest development. Oof. Office be hot tonight. This might be the last batch of 2 quests I do tonight.
as a heads up, so we're probably entering the last hour.
My loyal associates, come to my spectacle invasion, have you as well? You should.
Look, Master Poo-Poo, Lena's come to help. Thank you, Relina. You're too kind. It was no great chore to master your tongue. The grammar and syntax is relatively simplistic.
Such a terrifying intellect. What hope do we have to prevail against it? Ahem. So how do you narrow down the search to this particular area exactly? Well, my tired and true Inspector Sense idea, fellow, all the perceptual and applicable science pointed me in this direction. Although they did neglect to include a precise location. For that, we must rely on another tried and true inspective technique. Interrogation! Spread out to everyone and question the locals on any poo-poo shaped sightings.
Now that you mention it, I did see something like that in the west on the Shroud. Made a mistake for a small child and not for the way it moved. So furtive scamper. Creepy. Yes, I spotted that such an odd little creature in the jungle on my way back from the city markets. Only it wasn't alone. It was in the company of a rather unusual gentleman. Sickly pale he was, already an unpleasant smell. I felt obliged to keep my distance. I am not do the accent tonight. Oh well.
Relina, have your investigations borne fruit? Mine own carefully crafted queries place an individual Master Pooper's fortune in the south of the Shroud. To the west, your sources say.
I was around, there has been a few sightings in jungles somewhere to the north.
And we have sightings in the north, south, and west. Then that must mean Master Pooper has more friends than he realized.
I'm not that gregarious. I have precisely one friend on this world.
Could it be doppelgangers? No, too simple, too obvious.
It's often more likely the same alien wandering the jungle being spotted in different locations by different eyewitnesses. Which just means we need to... I can't believe I'm suggesting this. Split up and search the whole area.
A fair proposition. Very well then. Oh, are we launching a search party? Father, have you been following me?
Nothing of the sort. I was engaged in a feat some physicality where my mind grappled with the mysteries of mandible weapon forging. Hoping to turn my perspiration into inspiration, as it were. I'm afraid the burning fields within men are poor muses when compared to the stimulus of
unworthy opponent provides. Mayhap if I join you, and the Adomus Arena. In your endeavour, then happenstance will deliver the challenge I require. We continue in the case of the sound correspondent, yes? If you need an extra pair of eyes. As a matter as many as you can spare. I was about to assign teams such as. Matter of fact, the village sits in the shrouds east, so let us divvy up the remaining direction, shall we? Ash and I will head south. Little Masapapupu to the west, if you please. Dorian, you and my father have the north. A stallion? As a shrouded Samga is awfully big. How are we to keep in contact with less coordinate environments?
I had special link pals made for such an occasion. We could chat in each other's ears as much as we like.
Are you mad? The Charlians will be listening on every word we're saying.
Really? All the way out here? Actually, then the hearing is that good. Seeing as you mislike Link Pro so much, Lord Goldberg, can you hold one for your team?
Link pedals! What tremendous foresight! Now let us proceed with the investigation.
Inspector wishes a search in the west of the jungle, yes? I'll follow your lead. River flowing at right at our feet. Many stars I have visited in the cosmos, but precious few have such a bounty of water as this one. Your home is a rare treasure. I see no trace of my comrade. What are these black furry beings? Are they friends of yours? Fellow people of Atheris? There's a greater variety of species here than I anticipated. I shall have to collect more samples. Let's keep moving. The rock formations on this island reminds me of my home star. They have the same vibrant hues, the same stark beauty. If only... But never mind that. We have a friend to find. No signs of my friends here either. But these white-furred individuals, they are surely one of your civilized races, yes?
And not people, mind the poop.
I find it difficult to tell the difference. One semi-intelligent life form is much the same as the other. Well, never mind, moving on. Nothing, not even a little burnt circle on the glass. I'm afraid I'm looking for. We grew up together. We even shared the same dream, to roam the great expanse of the cosmos. We worked hard and supported one another until we both built our starships of our very own. Then the universe was ours to explore. How fleeting that feeling of triumph. This is another tale entirely. I simply wish to express how dear a friend was to me. Hello? Is this thing on? This is Nashu. We think we found Puma's friend. Come to Perusa as quickly as you can. Yes, let's take my starship. It's the fastest way.
Meanwhile, at Perusa. Hail, dear comrade of Master Poo-Poo. We come in peace. Pray reveal yourself. Wait, you're the Mantle Dragons. I know that gentlemanly overlord's voice. Master Zombieland, they said you were trapped in a slumber, but I rejoice to see that it's no longer the case. Gods! Is that one of the Walking Dead? Greetings, friend. I am a proud member of the Gentle Dead Men and disciple of Master Zombiebrand. What brings you here to Thavnel, and accompany of Lathnacross's infamous vegetable menaces, no less? Allow me some fellow precious moments. Life sprain. Most time the magazine the skull grew restless and wriggly. Tales of spoiled speedskin terrorizing the region of Bosia reached our undead fraternity. And so on their behalf I travel afar to recruit a rotten mandragoran. After making his acquaintance, a festering fellow wished to introduce me to his brethren, who he assured me were no less rotten. Thus did I make next week for Lathnacrossa, that I might obtain a faint hand in friendship. When I arrived, however, I learned that one of their companions had been abducted by a strange flying vessel. What the Gentle Dead Man to do with aid of search? I turned to the Thavnerian truth, that reliable bastion of supernatural rumor-mongering, and lo and behold, an alien craft matching the Speedskin's description had been spotted here on this island. Needless to say, we embarked on our journey forthwith.
Ah, one of the faithful readers! I'm pleased to see that even in the undead, the hunger for truth is not wholly subsumed by the hunger for brains.
So, we find ourselves in the case of the misappropriated mandragora. This abductor will not evade my powers discern.
Soon we'll need a case to carry all these cases.
An abductor? I have a feeling I won't need to look far.
Perhaps may have been me. Forgive me for taking your friend. And my sample collecting friend say I must have mistaken him for an edible plant of some kind.
Understandable, you would not be the first to confuse mandragora for a selling ingredient. The main thing is that he's returned to us unharmed and uneaten. All's well that ends well. Now if you'll excuse us, we should be getting back to Thanalan. Royal flesh and humidity is an unpleasant combination. My apologies, Master Poo-Poo. We seem to have missed the mark this time. But I swear to you, I shall not rest until you are reunited with your comrade.
I almost believe your keen inspector sense to be a former procrastination. It was just following your gut. I'm afraid vague inspectoral feelings will only take us so far. We have an entire world to search, and for that we need, oh I don't know, a veritable army of inspectors. An army of inspectors. Of course! I could simply clone a multitude of Hildebrands as I did before.
Now, let's not do anything rash.
Oh dear. The chest marriage application facility has been temperamental for a while now and has broken down completely. This clone is the last I'll ever produce.
name. My name is Brand Hildy.
Inspector Brand Hildy. Why is he so lucky? The claim process was a fail partway through. Allow me to euthanize this abominability.
Now. Let's not do anything rash. Unlike my former replicas, this one is highly unlikely to be mistaken for me. And seeing as we are looking for extra helpers, I dare say we press this undefined fellow into service. Welcome to the team, Inspector Brand Hildy. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. God, we're just casually picking it up. Oh. Never a dull moment around the Mandeville men. Assistance. Please, allow me to be of assistance. We made quite a mess of that temple room, but thanks to Father, it looks as good as new. Or would that be as good as old? In any event, I look forward to the tackling the end remainder of the case with my charming new contemporary. I am delighted to be a part of it.
Oh, look how shy he is. He really is very charming.
An unexpected but invaluable addition to our ranks. With our numbers thus bolstered, I say we are ready once more to dive into the fray.
Perhaps what of our strategy in your approach?
If I may, assuming Master Poo-Poo is as great as piles of crafts of similar design, then might we not instead attempt to locate the starship? Such a striking vessel will have drawn more attention than a comparatively tiny being in question.
He has a point. The truth reaches a large number of reports from readers claiming to have observed unidentified flying objects.
We could review said reports. Those that meet the criteria of Chinese, silver, and saucer-like, naturally, and then remove the instances which we know to have been Master Poo-Poo. That should narrow things down considerably.
Indeed. What a fantastic idea.
Just the kind of brilliance one might expect of one's clone. I was about to make the very same suggestion.
Well done, Inspector.
I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds. I am but a shadow of the original after all.
I have a stack of back issues stored in the workroom and I use them to city. Poo-Poo can help me sift through and cross off signs that were definitely him. Shall we?
Dorian has taken Master Poo-Poo to peruse his stores of past publications. Let's enjoy a brief interlude until they return of the results of their investigation.
all the back issues. Heavily discount the areas we know Poo-Poo to have visited, and turns out there was only one other sign of flying saucer, in Garlemald. The account itself was sent to me by an Imperial soldier named Numerous, who appears to be a loyal fan of the truth.
All the way from the Empire, your publication has impressively wide readership.
Our audience has always been universal. After all, the desire to know the unknown transcends all borders and creeds. The saucer was spotted during the Imperial War of Succession. Beyond that, there were no meaningful details.
Then we must visit the soldier's fellow in Garlemald and wring from him the entire tale.
I agree. This is our only lead, and we have no choice but to follow up on it. To Camp Broken Glass. Oh, never does get warmer here, does it?
Everyone present accounted for? Ah, we are here as for the tribune is in dark.
My apologies, I had a hunch that thought might save us some time. I spoke with some contingent officers, you see, and there are numerous on the roster of allied Imperial troops.
That does certainly make things easier. Were they able to point you in the direction of the numerous chance posting?
Yes, Numerous is currently with his unit. I organized him the supply dump at Foreign Press. We should head over there and hope he can spare a few moments to talk. Ugh, the chill seeps into your bones. How are you all not shivering and seasonal attire?
Oh, a man of a man on a mission never feels heat nor cold.
I'm not sure how one's frame of mind can overcome the reality of frostbite. But again, reality always seems relative around intervals.
God, he turned into the WWE fiction to these comic books.
Also, Delia, it's not like your attire's any better for the cold. Hello? Is there a Numerous here? I'm Delian, the editor-in-chief of the Thavnarian Truth. I've come to follow up on your eyewitness account. Your chief himself. What an honor. I wish there was more to the story, but everything I know was in my submission. I've not left to tell. Unless you have something else to share. Didn't you say you saw the saucer as well?
Oh, I did more than just see it. Just around the time when the flame was We'd never had his faction escalate into all-out war, you understand? I had been assigned to the anti-aircraft cannon and was actively surveying for enemies when this silvery vessel flew into view. Some new kind of war machine, I presumed. So I opened fire and knocked out of the sky.
Presumed? You mean you never got to look at the wreckage?
We were at war. I wasn't about to venture onto the battlefield and indulge my curiosity. It's probably still out there, somewhere. We've been trying to find that flying, or should I say fallen, silvery saucer. Do you have any idea where it crashed?
Not an exact location, no. Now we best have the gods on luck. Garlo's capital region encompasses mounds and mounds of icy wilderness.
If I may, do you happen to remember the approximate speed bearing on the saucer and the position of the firing angle of the cannon?
More or less. I think our Archillers well ahead for numbers wouldn't be long for the profession.
That should be sufficient. Thank you. I hopped. The starship impacted the Earth 1,360 yards to the northeast of our current location. Give or take a few yards.
How in the seven hells did you arrive at that conclusion?
Elementary algebra, my dear Delium. Assuming the craft belonged to Master Poopu's comrade is of similar construction, determining its trajectory is trivial. My brilliant clone, ladies and gentlemen. I was about to offer the self-saving conclusion. Once again, he has beat me to the punch.
Hooray for Inspector Brandhild! Brandhild!
I seem to have stolen my progenitor's thunder. My apologies.
1,360 or so yards to the northeast of here. That improves our chance of a search from near hopeless to rather hopeful. Let's go and find this fallen saucer, shall we?
Ah, tut tut. Silence, please. I must have So am mine, of course I feel from my senses.
Wherever could it be?
Such an invigorating climate. Oh, what have you found there, Valina?
An exterior panel. This is from my friend's starship. I'm sure of it. Debris from the crash landing.
I see no other pieces of the immediate vicinity, which means the vessel may have weathered the barrage and made good its escape. Another possibility is your comrade recovered most of the wreckage, whereas some yet unknown party did. You're saying someone made off with our cosmic visitor's saucer and all? I say, this is an altogether different kind of alien abduction.
Has anyone seen Nash?
Now that you mention it, where is my loyal assistant?
Help! You have to help! My beloved Miss Nashu has been kidnapped! Some cad claiming to be an agent of Dr. Luke came and took her away. He told me to tell you, and I quote, "If I want your precious companion back, return alive, then Relina must present herself at the Tower of Babel. Specifically, the Magitech serving facility. Don't forget that part."
The gall! The temerity! The audacity! My stalwart aides raise under my very nose!
My apologies, but who are you? A close acquaintance of Nashu, I presume? Me? Oh no. I wish. I just happened to be passing through the snowfield. I'm a snowflake inspector, you see. No two alike and all that. Anyway, enough about me. You two need to go and save Miss Nashu.
At last, a chance to stretch my legs. What say you, my son? Shall we get this rescue mission underway? Indeed we shall.
They left us without even those doctors fell in as for you by name. Curious.
Yep, you're seeing that. I've collected what evidence remained of the crash, but solving this mystery will have to wait. The case of the executive assistant calls. Meanwhile, at the Tower of Babel.
I shall fall before Super Ligi. With this new and improved body, revenge shall be mine.
You will release Nashu in this instant.
What are you two doing here? I specifically asked for the adventurer. Be gone before I unleash my fury prematurely.
Oh, this problem is soliciting a proper battle.
I see no reason to trouble Lena. We tackle this man as father and son. The mandible men together. Agreed!
I'll not waste my appetite for vengeance on the side dishes. Hired thugs. Time to earn your pay.
Oh, a little warm-up before the main event.
Get them!
Yes! We're playing as Godbert. Yes, I hear what you mean.
Iraqis
So please found official.
insolent worms! Your son shall be the first to die.
This is the burning sentence red. That was too close.
You survived my missiles? Enjoy the leftover war machina.
Using the version beyond the pen.
I'm walking, I cannot. The reason all means fall, and the reason all masters are called for.
Back on the draw man handle this. And then just getting started. Rumble, fuck.
You stopped them all by sidestepping? Very well. It seems I must crush you myself. Plans are ruined. Force my hand. I'll bring this whole place down in your heads.
The doctor leaves us off wide open. So let's seize the advantage. Now's our chance. Victorious again. Run the village generational bonding over. Things seem to be well in hand. Don't get ahead of yourself.
That's very true, Lil. I should have done.
There you are, my loathsome nemesis. I saved something special just for you.
A lovely nap. Oh, did someone build a Magitech surveillance facility while I was asleep?
Nicely done, Inspector Brotherhand. Once more, the clone has put the original to shame. Inspector, please. I'm but a pale imitation of your idea.
I knew keeping company with the famous Relina would lead me to a worthy challenge. Worthy of breaking a sweat, at least.
Go! He's all the work for me.
Look, this was a playful skirmish compared to your usual do-or-die dilemmas.
The villain is vanquished and Nasher is returned to us safe and sound. I say we head back to Rise at Hand to regroup and rethink our position. Your comrade yet lives, Master Poo-Poo. I am certain of it. Take heart and know that to continue the search. To God, I'm back. I'll rejoin it. Yet this is just the beginning of the case of a silent correspondent. Come, my friends. The shard of the saucer we secured shall lead us onwards to new discoveries.
Wait for me, Inspector. I don't know which way is onwards.
I should follow, shouldn't I? Wait for me! word from yours truly, information. The complexity of God's brand's techniques are a flummox, I confess. But I do believe the stress and the sport of explosion has provided just the inspiration I required. When you are ready to proceed with our endeavour, pray drop a word in Master Garcia. I shall make myself available forthwith. Until our next meeting. That was Nasser, Lil. Not poo-poo.
Thank you for assisting with my investigation, Marina. Once again, our travels were rife with unexpected phenomena, and yet I am no closer to exposing Poo-Poo's well-concealed conspiracy. He will slip up one day, so you and I will be there to catch him.
Meanwhile, somewhere in Thafnir. Took my coin and you failed. What audacity that you should return seeking my like this once more.
I desire, yes, God. I promise you, your plans are indeed dangerous so long as a tenacious pest yet lives. I know of a path to victory, a forbidden path, one which demands manifestation of the divine.
Had my attention. Whew. Okay.
Alien friends were strange, going still can lead to tragedy. What do you expect? A blocky man, no called the inspector, right? Things for sure, but the still sharp as heck.
See you, Inspector. Alright. I need to call the stream here as I am exhausted. And this feels like a good calling point for now. Next week, we resume this. Glad you enjoyed, Darth. The promotion will be continuing next stream as well. But this was I think this was a good story arc to come back to. Raid target is required. And Mecha has stopped. Right then, time for drums. You all go enjoy the 8-bit drummer. I'm gonna go and rest and have a nice cool glass of something. Until next time, cheery bye. Or cheery, cheery bye.